I did it. I combined Minecraft and VTubers together, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to make a VTuber Minecraft video. Before that, this video is sponsored by Wondershare DemoCreator, where they want to redefine idea sharing using their all-in-one screen recorder and video editor. You can schedule screen recordings and even draw on the screen while you're recording. You can also have virtual avatars, and you can also have a voice changer if you want, and you can include your webcam in the video while you're recording. But DemoCreator isn't solely for business professionals like myself. You can use it to record your games at 120 FPS. It's all up to you what you want to do, and once you record it, you go into the built-in editor and you crack down that video and make it into the biggest masterpiece of all time. So let's get started. I'm going to open up Wondershare DemoCreator. Then we're going to have a couple options here. I'm going to click on Virtual Presenter. Now here's the thing, it's going to pop up, and if you have a webcam, it's going to show your real ugly face. Now, you can have this little VTuber lady. You can also change the VTuber, so I could be handsome. I could also be pretty. And I could also be extremely fake as a abomination. Anyways, I think I'm probably going to stick with the more realistic one. This reminds me of the metaverse. Anyways, you can also choose background and stuff, all that stuff. We're not going to worry about it because what we're going to do is we're actually going to maximize Minecraft. Now, here's the thing. If I go in full screen, you'll notice, first off, my screen is black. But once it goes full screen, you'll notice that my VTuber's gone. So that means, just as a workaround, unfortunately, I will have to stick in windowed mode. Anyways, up here we have different webcam settings. We can pick whatever. We can mute our desktop audio, mute our microphone, basic stuff. What I would recommend doing is drag this bad boy down to the bottom, and kaboom, we're ready to go. Now keep in mind, you're also recording yourself moving around as a VTuber. So a lot of facial expressions. Wow! And move your head around a lot. And when you're going to karate chop someone in Minecraft, get in the gamer zone, move your head down, really focus in on that monitor. Anyways, I'm going to click the record button. It's going to say all this stuff. Just remember, press F10 to stop. All right, so I recorded some footage of me playing Minecraft, and I was able to open it up in the editor. And what I did is I just used the split tool to split apart the whole entire recording and just get two very key sections. One of me winning a fight and one component of me losing a fight. But it was a really close fight, I promise you. What I need to do now is, first off, since I recorded in windowed mode, I will need to click on the clip and change the scale to 109%. And that's just to get rid of the Windows bar at the bottom and the Minecraft name at the top. It does look a little weird, but that's kind of the caveats that we need to take if we want this oh so beautiful VTuber girl. Now, you might be thinking, why did I pick a VTuber girl? And that's because I actually had an idea for this video, and that's something you need to pay attention to. In this case, I'm not good at Minecraft, but what would be hilarious is that if I made a Minecraft montage, but it was just me absolutely sucking at the game, which I think is funny. To make it even funnier, I decided I'll add a VTuber to it, but I'll make it a girl VTuber. So, to make this video funny, I do need to make it at least seem like a very professional montage. I'm going to go to transition, I'm going to go to one of the crazy 3D transitions, and I'm just going to drag the crazy ones in between and at the start of each clip. So, orb 1, put that there, and if I click play, you'll notice, damn, crazy transition, I go to the middle, between the clips, play it, crazy transition. Once again, with montages, bigger is always better. Now, next up, I need to have a very fancy title popping up. So what I'm going to do is kind of just go near the start of the video. I'm going to go to annotation, and you can pick text here, but this is kind of the static text stuff. Instead, I'm going to go to caption, and this is where you get to pick one of these presets. I'm going to pick opener 7 because I think it looks a little crazy, and I'm going to place it here. Now, if I just go to the center of it, you'll notice that on the right I have annotations and I can change the text. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to center the text so it looks a little bit better, and what I'm going to do is just change the font scale because I think this is a really big text, and man, I could read that if I was standing 50 feet away from my monitor. So I'm going to increase it to font size, or decrease it to font size 60. Now if I play this opener, you'll notice that it pops up. Watch this. And it lingers for way too long. So I'm going to retime it a little bit. Then I'm going to drag the end part of the clip and just make it a little bit shorter. Now here's the caveat. If I play it, you'll notice that it just disappears out of nowhere. That's not good. That's not professional. You need to go to transition, then you just need to go to basic, go to dissolve, and drag it at the end of your opening clip, and you can change the length of this transition. I'm going to make it quite short, and now if I click play, you'll notice Whoa, VTuber
Watch
Minecraft
this.
gone crazy, bro. And that title disappears and fades away very slowly. Looks nice and professional. Now, the rest of this video can actually be quite boring. So what I'm going to do is, when I get to the part where I hit this guy, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Sticker, then I'm going to go to GIFs, and this is where we're going to add our explosions and laser effects. Because, of course, every good montage needs explosions and laser effects. So I'm going to use Laser Effect 5 just to show that I am so good at Minecraft that I added a laser gun to it. Look at that guy. He's getting absolutely zapped. Perfect. Now, this effect goes on for way too long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to decrease the length. And once again, so big laser, oh, he's getting zapped. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add an explosion right after it. So we're going to look for something a little crazy. Flame Effect 2. I like that. I'm going to download it, drag it in here. Kaboom. On fire. Something like that. Of course, we'll have to change the timing a little bit because what's going to happen is that we want this flame effect to show up at the end of that death laser beam. So watch. Look at that. Once again, this is meant for comedy's sake. When people are watching a Minecraft montage, they expect all the crazy stuff. Having a laser with a fire explosion, now that's top quality content. So now we have this explosion here, and I think the best way to make it work is that at the very end, this dude's going to blow up in a nuclear explosion. So I'm going to go to nuclear explosion. I'm going to use number 3. I think number 3 is good. All right, so I got the timing for the nuclear explosion planned out. Looks beautiful. The issue is that we have all this nuclear fallout and smoke at the middle of the screen, and that looks a little weird. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the explosion. Then I'm going to change the Y position. I'm going to move it down. And you'll notice that if I move it down, we're going to have this weird bar where this overlay doesn't apply. So we need to scale up the nuke and just readjust the position so that we have the smoke at the bottom of the screen. If I go to full screen, you'll notice that makes sense and it looks pretty okay. So I'm going to click play. He dies and he blows up in a nuclear explosion. Beautiful. And you'll also notice that I have hand motions going on. Because, I mean, gamers always got to show them cool gang signs or something. Now, once again, just like our little starting title, we do need to add a little bit of a dissolve at the end, because you'll notice that the explosion just fades away. So dissolve, drag it to the end of the nuclear explosion, decrease the length a little bit, and when you play it...
You see that? Hand motions too, baby. Let's go.
Beautiful. Beautiful. It's almost as if I know what I'm doing. Now, what I want to do is I say a really stupid catchphrase. I say adios amigos after killing the guy, which would be hilarious if this was real life, but it's not. So what I need to do is I need to click on the bottom clip. I'm going to split it. Then what I plan on doing is zooming into my VTuber's face. So to do that, that clip I just split, I'm going to increase the scale. Then I'm going to change the position. Oh, a little too fast there. And just move it so that it's focused on my VTuber. And I'm going to zoom in even more because nothing says crazy like zooming into someone's VTuber face. So now there's a lot of ways of making this transition work really well. You'll notice that just a dry cut really doesn't do a whole lot. We could do a flash and decrease the length, so.
Let's go. Adios, amigos. Dead. You
see? That's comedy. So you could have a flash, you could change it to, once again, it's supposed to be a montage, so you could do some crazy, once again, 3D, hold that thought. All right, so I now have this box transition, which I replaced with the flash one, because of course having a 3D box transition is probably on the top of the transition tier list. So what I'm going to do now is towards the end, I say dead, and whenever the VTuber thing loses face tracking, it'll make this dead-eyed pose, which I think is hilarious, and it works perfectly for this type of video. So I'm going to go to sticker, and I'm going to go to... I don't know, emoji, I guess. And I'm going to look for an emoji that really represents the... We're going to use this one. So this emoji, nothing to say here. Boom. All we need to do is just zoom it in. Beautiful. And once again, the attention span of kids these days is quite short. So always make sure that whenever you do something silly, it's got to be quick.
Dead. You see?
See? Perfect. Now, for the second clip, it's pretty straightforward. I'm just fighting this dude. I can't even tell what's going on my screen. Things are just going crazy, and I'm extremely focused in on the action that's going on. So to make this a little more engaging for the regular viewer, I'm going to add a little zoom in. Now, with the zoom in thing here, if I zoom into my timeline, maybe that's a little too much. I'll zoom out a tad. You'll notice that I have these little sliders that I can use, and I should probably move this down a little bit. I have these sliders. If I go to the first slider, you'll notice that it zooms in, right? And it's me fighting him, but that's way too fast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this slider back and move this all the way to the end of the clip. Now what this is going to do is it's slowly going to zoom in. The tension's building up. Am I going to fight him? Am I going to fight him? Am I going to fight him? And come on, come on, come on. You know, the tension's building up. We'll add music in post to make it beautiful. And I lost. Now, that's a lot of suspense. And once again, this is the apex, the cream of the crop of the video. And of course, what you need to do as a YouTuber is pretty obvious. You click on sticker. You go to you go to gifts, sorry. And at the very top, you see this subscribe thing. You, of course, add in a call to action. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just throw this here. Then I'm going to make the scale move down a little bit and move the playhead to where the button is. Wow, it says subscribed. And I'm just going to move it up a little bit. I want it out of the way of the action. I don't want, you don't want something that's right in the middle of the screen. Like this would be a terrible example of using the subscribe button. What I'm going to do is just make it nice and small. It's just a nice little reminder that, hey, you guys should subscribe if you want to see some more VTuber Minecraft stuff. Of course, it's that simple. So now you always want to end off your videos with something entertaining. I usually send a beautiful goodnight kiss, but in this video, just before I die, I'm thinking I need something a little funny. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to right click this and I'm going to detach the audio because I want the audio to still play while the funny clip underneath still goes on. So I'm just going to drag this over. Kaboom, perfect. Now if I click play, oh, am I about to die? Oh. I died. And now once again, we need to add a little bit more memes. So what we're going to do is we're going to search up "you died" meme on YouTube. It's very straightforward. Then you're just going to find one of these. I mean, fair use is a thing. We could just copy that, paste it into the video converter, click download. I mean, it's not that difficult. Just drag "you died" into the library. It's going to import it. We drag it towards the end, and we need to cut it. So I just adjusted some things, but basically you just change the timing a little bit. And what you want to do is just, decrease the audio of this a little so it's not so stinking loud. And kaboom, now I play it. And this is the end of the video. Beautiful. That is peak comedy. Now, we have all the visual parts of our montage. We have, the crazy title. We have a little bit of explosions. We got more fighting. We have a nuke. We got a meme, a zoom in. We got transitions that are just absolutely insane. We have the subscribe action thing, and we have a funny ending. Now, what do we need next? And this is something I always forget in all my videos. We need to add sound. So we need to go to sound. Then we need to go to music, and we need to add some background music for this montage. Now, believe it or not, I'm very lucky. This first song, "Do," is a banger. Beautiful. For a Minecraft montage, it's like 8-bit. This is beautiful. So I'm going to drag this audio clip down, and I'm just going to have it on top here. Now, you'll notice that your timelines can get a little messy, so I'm just going to drag this up a little bit. We have a little bit more room to work with. First off, I'm going to click this button to zoom to fit the whole timeline, and I'm going to decrease the length of this song all the way down to, I think, probably around here, because I want the ending to be very emphasized. I don't want to have my background music overemphasize the "you died" sound effect. So I'm going to have my music go on. Watch this. And you'll notice that it is way too loud. So I'm going to just reduce the levels a little bit, like 78 or something. Let's give it a hear. Watch this. Now, it does sound okay, but if you look at the waveform here, it does get a little loud at some parts. What you want to do is always go to the loud parts and just compare it to kind of your vocals. You see that hand motion? You'll notice that I have no idea. I can't hear anything. So we're going to turn it down a little bit more. I'm thinking like 50%. And I'm going to listen to it again.
Oh, bye-bye, boy. You see that? Hand motions too, baby. Let's go. Audio.
All right, so I think I'm getting pretty close to having the music on the spot. Now what I need to do is add a little bit of sound effects, especially for my laser and my fire and my nuclear explosion and the subscribe button and this emoji thing that I really like. So to do that, we do need to go to sound. Then we need to just look for, I don't know, game. All right, there's something called lasers, so I'm just going to add the laser sound. You'll notice that, let's see. Well, that's not too bad. I think a good thing to do here would be line up the start of the laser effect with the start of the sound. Then we want to just change the speed of this so that it's a whole lot slower. So we're going to scroll down, go to speed, and we're just going to decrease the speed all the way until the length of this is the same as the length of the laser effect. Then I'm just going to move it so that it kind of works. And you'll notice, look at that. That is beauty. Now just know that the laser fully starts on this frame, so I might need to move it there and change the speed a little bit more just to fine tweak how it'll be. I think at this point it's probably good. Let's see. Perfect. See, that's the laser noise. Then we need to have the big fire noise. So I'm going to look for like explosion. Maybe there's a whoosh explosion that I want to hear. So let's double click on explosion 2. And so I'm going to put explosion 2, and I'm going to have it the same duration as the flame effect, but I'm just going to have it after the laser because it makes sense. We're shooting the laser at the thing and then it explodes. So let's hear the sound effect. That's a little delayed. All right, so I lined up the audio and you'll notice we have a laser, we have an explosion. Once again, the laser and the explosion part was just for comedy. So if our audio isn't perfect, once again, we're just trying to make something that's just completely absurd that it's funny. I like to do this a lot when I have a huge mental break, and it works like a charm. People love it. So we're going to go back to explosion 1. I'm going to decrease the volume. Then I'm just going to, decrease the length by just decreasing the speed. That's probably good. Let's give her a whirl.
Oh, bye-bye, boy. You see that? Hand motions too, baby.
See? Now that's there. I think it's still a little too loud. I mean, I'd like my viewers to have eardrums after, but it is a good option. If you don't want anyone listening to any more YouTube videos, just make something extremely loud and you won't have competition anymore. All right. Now, this is one last dirty trick in my book, and people are going to hate me for this and exposing the trick, but if you ever want to make a call to action, get someone's attention, just get like, I don't know, cat noises. See, cat meow or cat purr. People are going to listen to your video and they're like, why is there a cat purring in it? Then they'll look at the screen and they'll notice that you have a subscribe button pop up. Trust me, it works like 30% of the time, 80% of the time, 100% of the time. So, kaboom, listen to this. You're like, why is there a cat purring? And of course, a cat's purring because I want you to pay attention to the screen to click the subscribe button. See, look. You'll be like, what's that? And you'll look at the video. It's pure comedy. And now it's time to export. So if you click on the top right, you can click export. And this is going to pop up with all this stuff here. And what you can do is you can just export it right to your PC. You can also sign into your YouTube account and just upload it directly, which is very helpful. I'm just going to save it to this PC for now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the format as MP4, project name, once again, VTuber Minecraft. Then you can save it to wherever. I'm just going to leave the default. You can upload to a cloud storage, so you could pick, a Google Drive or something. Oh, not Box. You could pick Google Drive, Dropbox, OneDrive, Box, all these different services. In this case, I just want to leave it right on my local system. And we have a couple of presets. We have high, middle, and normal. I'm going to pick high and click export. All right, and it's finished. So you can click open folder. And when you click open folder, you'll notice that you have, your VTuber Minecraft project. Let's forget about this one, okay? And you open it up. Watch this. Oh. Oh, you're getting spooked.
Oh, bye-bye, boy. You see that? Hand motions too, baby. Let's go. Adios, amigos.
Dead. You see all the skill that happened there? Well, gee golly, now that is one beautiful Minecraft VTuber video. Now, obviously, some of you will be able to do this a whole heck of a lot better than I can, so go wild, sister. And once again, thank you, Wondershare DemoCreator, for allowing me to make this beautiful video that stretched my brain to the absolute limits of sanity. If you ever want to use DemoCreator, there will be a link in the description. I love you, sweetheart, and have a beautiful night. Mwah!